Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speaks the State of the World on Monday, October 24th, 2022. So what is it? Good, bad, or indifferent? Okay, some of the main headlines. Promoting stability or fueling conflict. Biden's U.S. arms sales boom from Ukraine to Saudi Arabia. Yes, we sell these weapons to this terrible country called Saudi Arabia. Okay. And Saudi Arabia doesn't deserve them. What that they're doing in Yemen and other places. I don't know. I don't know. But it's not a good idea. It's a boon to the defense industry. Essential disinvestment. EPA launches civil rights probe of water crisis in mostly black Jackson, Mississippi. So why isn't Mississippi government helping the people of Jackson? I don't know. I don't know. But they're doing that. And free speech. Meet the Arkansas publisher and ACLU lawyer asking the Supreme Court to overturn anti-BDS law. Good. All right. Yes, the ACLU is asking the Supreme Court to overturn Arkansas anti-BDS law that penalizes state contractors unless they pledge not to boycott the state of Israel. Arkansas is one of more than 30 U.S. states to have passed copycat legislation to criminalize the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement, which seeks to boycott Israel and Israeli goods to protest its violation of Palestinian rights. I totally support the BDS movement. The ACLU and other rights groups have argued the right to boycott is foundational to U.S. politics and protected free speech, and warned if the anti-BDS laws aren't challenged, Americans could lose their right to boycott fossil fuel companies, gun manufacturers, and more. ACLU lawyer Brian House and Alan Leverett of Arkansas, publisher of the Arkansas Times, and plaintiff in the ACLU lawsuit. State of Arkansas is requiring us to take political position, turn for advertising, says Leverett, who calls his lawsuit purely a First Amendment issue. And then this filmmaker, Julia Baca, followed Leverett's story in her documentary Boycott and says it's critical to start asking our elected officials why they voted for these bills and what they actually mean. I don't know. That's true. Also, Israel should not be able to take away people's First Amendment rights. And Kherson braces for battle. Russian strikes devastate Ukrainian energy, water infrastructure. Have to do something about Russia. The Chinese president clinches third term as anti-government protest quietly spreads. Okay. Rishi Sunak to become next British Prime Minister after rivals withdraw. Okay, he's from India. Italy swears in far-right Giorgia Meloni as Prime Minister. That's great. Italy hasn't learned from the wars of Mussolini and Hitler and Franco. Labor strikes spread across Iran, adding to unrest spurred by mass protests. Okay. Ibrahim Traore becomes second coup president in Burkina Faso in under a year, and Burkina Faso is someplace a troubled country. Okay. And White House tells borrowers to keep applying for student loan relief after judge issues temporary stay. Okay. And Steve Bannon vows to appeal after receiving 4 months prison sentence. That's tough. House January 6th committee subpoenas Donald J. Trump. Good. Hold him accountable and hold Bannon accountable. Donald Trump suggests he'll run for president again in 2024. You lose. So you're a loser. Judges in Florida and Texas rule against GOP voter suppression efforts. Good. Good judges. Okay. Okay, two judges held a blow last week to Republican-led efforts to intimidate and suppress voters. Court of Florida's Miami-Dade County dropped voter for charges against a man who was arrested in August by officers of Republican election crimes and security. Okay, Robert Lee Wood had a felony conviction but was unaware he was not allowed to vote under Florida law. Separately, a judge in Texas dismissed a charge against Irvis Earl Rogers, who was on parole when he waited over 6 hours online to vote in 2020 primaries in Houston, in Texas. Casting a ballot while still serving a sentence, including a parole, is punishable by up to 20 years in prison. In other voting laws, the sheriff's office in Maricopa County, Arizona, is investigating voter intimidation after at least 2 armed people wearing masks and tactical gear camped out near a ballot drop box Friday. That's Arizona, Texas, and Florida. Wonderful state of the country. Okay. Okay. Pennsylvania student. Penn student protesters disrupt football game to demand fossil fuel divestment. I agree. UK conservatives face fresh leadership crisis as Prime Minister Liz Truss resigns after 45 days. Good. Chadian security forces kill protesters demanding return to civilian rule. Support protesters. At least 150 killed in as rival groups clash in southern Sudan, Blue Nile state. Okay. Sudan's double troubled region. Ukraine orders electricity cuts following Russian attacks on power stations. Have to do something about Russia. Russia says U.S.-made rockets killed civilians in Luhansk and Kherson. Ukraine warns of flood risk from hydroelectric dam rigged by Russia to explode. Russia's a wonderful country. Oh, yes. So, Russia's a great country. Wonderful country. Alright. Now, that's a lot of the news. Have to hold everybody accountable. Yes, what they do. Alright. Now, today is Monday, October 24, 2022. Thank you for joining us today for another meeting of Carolyn Speaks State of the World. Hope you continue to join us. Take care of yourself and others. Wear a mask, practice social distancing, and the vaccine is available for you. So if you take it, I would take it. Alright, I have mine, Johnson one shot, and I'm looking around for boosters appropriate for me. I have a lot of trouble with vaccines, so I have to be careful. Alright, how about a tiny little song? Close the door, light the lights. We're staying home tonight, far away from the bustle and the bright city lights. Let them all fade away, just leave us alone, and we'll live in a world of our own. We'll build a world of our own that no one else can share. Our troubles we'll leave far behind us there, and I know we will find such peace of mind when we live in a world of our own. Okay, that was written by Tom Springfield of Springfield's folk group, which included Sister Dusty Springfield, who went on to become an international singing star. It was recorded by Dusty and also by the Seekers. Oh, thank you for tuning in this evening on Monday, October 24, 2022. Another meeting of Carolyn Speaks the World. Take care of yourself and others. Wear masks, back to social distancing. When the vaccine is available for you, it's safe to take care of yourself and others. Remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night.